Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Wow. So another writer taken in the exact same spot.
Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
All right, yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Alan Wake. You're taking us to Miss Tremont's trailer? Seriously, though, if we're going with the whole Twin Peaks vibe, there should be a car somewhere around here with Let's Rock written on it. This thing is hitting all the beats, although it seems now we've dipped more into Fire Walk With Me territory. I love that overturned boat with just a couple of barriers around it. That actually looks like a recent deposit, not something that's been sitting there. I really hope you're going to have something to say about that. Did I see a thermos? Oh, never mind. I thought I did. This guy thinks I'm a moron. I love how he actually
How about
waits for
that?
me.
It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
And none of you heard it? There's some of that goop, it looks like, although I suppose it could just be oil from that tin.
Not far.
This guy's getting real tired of me real fast. Yeah, so we are on our way to see Rose, and something is a little bit off with her. This, to me, feels like a trap. We're being pulled in two directions right now, one to this trailer park, and the other back to the police station, where an FBI agent wants to see us.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
So she's central to this. Not only does she know what's going on, She actually knew the forces involved
Listen, I
personally.
got things to do. Personally,
I
got things to do. This place don't run itself.
Wait, so this guy's girlfriend drowns in the lake, and then what? Like a week later, the thing gets swallowed up? That sounds like more than coincidence. That sounds like some power beyond them that has only chosen them to be, or at least one of them, to be the face. Natural interaction there. Was that supposed to be him shooing them away? I honestly wanted to see. I was waiting with bated breath to find out if he was going to lift the lid and they wouldn't fly away. The crows in this town, they just do not care.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
You know, you don't generally think of places this nice when you think of a trailer park. But imagine what a nice little community something like this must be. At least given the people we've met so far. There's just something about living in such an open area with close proximity to everyone else.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
You're keeping it dark in there.
Hey, this is really good. Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What?
Oh boy, are we gonna end up in a misery situation?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
So this isn't our creation. Trying to choose our own destiny. We are being dictated to. Are those pictures of the actor he's modeled after? I'm pretty sure he's modeled after his own voice actor. I think I saw that on IMDb when I was looking up the receptionist at the police station.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
But what was the purpose of this? Well, you've turned the lights on.
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
What about you? Are you okay now?
Deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Yeah, but he'll be alright. But night has fallen, which means this place with the conspicuous hole in the floor is something going to try to grab me. It has now taken on a sinister tone.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Except for all the time I'm going to waste exploring. Okay, no gun, no flashlight. Which means we are incredibly vulnerable right now. What better time for some radio?
Outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know?
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny, Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, he's, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
So, other people are starting to notice. I was wondering when we were going to get to that point, considering the visitor station is completely destroyed. You got officers missing now? I don't understand how more people aren't talking about this. How the town isn't in a state of crisis. Nobody heard that boat land right there? People are seeing the aftermath of these things, but they're just not seeing the things that are going on all around them. And I just can't fathom how that's possible. You can hear a baby crying inside this trailer.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up!
You never asked?
You're under arrest. You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face. Stay right where you are, Slade!
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Oh, here they come. Oh, no, I'm not the one having flashlights pointed at me. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. The FBI has arrived, but it is not Dale Cooper. Far from it. Alright, you gotta keep moving. They're coming. But being out here, no gun, no flashlight, we are not at all safe. Oh, look at those lights moving from the fog. From the other perspective, it's actually kind of pretty, but I don't have time to sit here and appreciate.
There! We have the suspect in sight!
No, you don't. No, you don't!
Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Yeah, I sure am. Oh no. Wow, they really brought everything for this. This is about a lot more than just Rose, isn't it? I wonder if the government doesn't maybe know something. Because this feels like more than just... This feels like more than just a misunderstanding to me. This feels like a hit job. Then again, I suppose it could also be something that gets written in to add excitement to a story. Oh man, what is the kidnapper gonna think if we show up with all these guys in tow? Then again, I'm starting to doubt if he even actually has Alice. Like, nothing about that whole idea makes sense. They're gonna need some backup for what's coming through here because... Mr. Maine, I'm starting to feel the heaviness in the air too. Go, go, go! There's not gonna be anything I can do for you, is there? Oh no. Wait, I think that's I gotta run towards danger because that looks like a manuscript page. Even though I don't think I'm going to be reading these anymore, it'll satisfy me to collect as many as I see. No, you were just right here. But no occupants in sight. Well, at least somebody's in my corner. And it's kind of the least likely person. Alright. Now, where are we going? Usually these overlooks give us some kind of idea, but that's where we came from. They're searching down below, firing up flares. I think they're about to have a bad time. Well. And here's the part where they learn what I've been dealing with. They had the means on them to deal with this, but they just don't have the knowledge. More lights down that way. They're still coming at me from every direction, but...
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
And somehow they'll still find a way to blame me. Yep. I like this jacket. Well, in a weird reversal from the usual, the small-town police department has it straighter than the feds. Well, let's just keep moving. As long as the air's not all wibbly, we are out of danger. Or at least I'm hoping so. If we have to run, well, Alan's not the best at that. Whoa! Oh, keep going. Is that a Blackhawk? You brought all this here for me. Well, you guys have fun with that. Yeah, I guess the geek writer did that too, huh? Yeah, that should be quite impossible for the locals to ignore. maybe soon I'll be able to get some actual recognition for what I've been going through, which could mean some actual help. There's the smoldering wreck, and there's Stucky's gas station. Anything else we should know? A dirt road stretching off into the mountains. I can't tell if that's a peak or a cabin up there. But I'm just trying to figure out where it is we need to go. On our left would be the trailer park, so this doesn't really help me. Oh wait, no, there's more down there. Alright, then that's our likely destination, and there is another lookout that we can use.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything.
Wasn't Rose the victim, in your mind?
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
So he's hopped up on something, but your assessment of Rose is being plain weird. You guys love your narratives. Alright, now what's down there?
The radio station in the distance.
The radio station, so I guess we are going to be going and paying Pat a visit. Honestly, I actually do enjoy listening to his broadcasts. He's the kind of person who... Well, I feel like we have a lot in common. In the way we see things and the way we talk about things.
I imagine that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
We don't have a lot of time.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Now's the part where we start examining motivations. The darkness brought me to Rose. It seems like it's trying to keep me from the kidnapper.
No power to the searchlight.
But why? I mean, maybe just because it's a distraction from writing, but I don't know, he wants the manuscript too, so I'm just having a hard time discerning motivation here. Can use that searchlight. If only we could take it with us. I bet it dissolves the darkness pretty much instantly. You can boost this as well. I have no idea how you're doing that, Alan. And it burns out instantly, of course. We are super vulnerable in this moment. I'm really surprised it's taken this long for the game to give me a hold of a flashlight and a gun. But I suppose I'm at least somewhat safe as long as I'm like this. But we've got quite a long stretch. The distance between us and the radio station feels so long. Oh, and it just got even longer. Because in a game, when I have nothing to defend myself with, I assume I'm not going to have to defend myself. Now it's a little different. Thankfully, this does seem like it's probably the upgraded flashlight. Get out of here, you. But all I can do is depower the enemy. I can't kill them.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
That they surely are. I wonder if these will actually kill. Because they're not like a flare where they'll linger for a moment, or at least I assume not. Okay, so we can middle click to throw them. Seems like the situation is fast deteriorating, taking not only the feds, but half the local police as well. Alright, we're gonna need to be especially cautious now. Having a look around. Oh, I don't even see the lights from the station anymore. I've got 6 flashbangs, 5 flashlight batteries. That's my defense budget! No, 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 no! Toss, toss, toss! Toss, toss! Bang. Okay, you're gone, and it got your buddy. Sometimes the controls feel a little bit unresponsive if I'm in the middle of, like, sprinting or something. Or if I'm doing anything, really. Like, if I'm in the middle of an animation, it just won't work. I guess you're gonna burn out as I approach? No, you actually are safe haven. Well, a better time to listen to a radio broadcast.
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10-15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, well, you're about to have a primary source. Alan doesn't want to be seen as crazy, but at this point, I feel like that worry should go completely out the window. Alright, all of you get close to me, please. All line up. Here you go! Boom! Ha ha! Even ragdoll physics when you all go up. That was beautiful. Yet the game definitely wants me using these objects defensively. That's what it is. It's for when you get cornered. Same with the flares. This is just a little bit better. Yep, here you come. I wonder what its range is. I'm allowing you to close in a little bit. Because I'm assuming it's short. Like, see, if I'm backpedaling and I go to dodge, it won't work. Wait. That's the paint. Where is it leading? Oh, I shouldn't be looking around like this, but... Come on, you're clearly... trying to tell me something! Ow. Boom. What is it that you want me to see? Maybe if I shine about in this sort of direction? Maybe at the top of this rock? Oh, what am I doing up here? This is not smart. This is... Wait. Wait, there is something there. Come on, come on. Boom. Goodbye. Okay, I'm glad we came here. The cave. Will you follow me? Oh, you will. Alright, here, have this. I only have a couple more. You're not dead? Okay, well, this really needs to work then, because I don't want to use any more. Come on. Ah. What a waste. Hopefully there's more here. No, just flares. And more batteries. I can't keep using these things like this. It's like not worth it to use it on one. It keeps giving me clusters, but what if there's only one left? Walk in light. Oh, I see. Well, at least we can heal out of this. I wonder if... I haven't had a chance to experiment with this yet, but I wonder if they're not also slower when they're weakened by the flashlight. And here they all come. Goodbye. That was a much more worthy cause. Let's make our way to the lights. Maybe they drop some supplies? Yes, okay, exactly what I need. It's a good thing these guys came in like it was ready or not or something. This world always finds the way to give me the goods that I need in that moment, much like a plot contrivance. And we did hear that Alan's kind of a lame writer. I'm still trying to decipher the actual nature of what is going on here, but running out of the woods feels good, and straight into you. Goodbye. I feel like that affects you far more than it affects me, and it's not affecting me nearly as much as it really should. Now, how are we getting in there? Come on. Oh, well, I guess the gate isn't locked. Video game logic has ruined me.
To get to the coal mine.
Thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
It's like the people of Pawnee or something. Alright, let's have a quick look around the grounds before we go inside to see if there's anything we can find. Actually, don't think I've seen a coffee thermos yet in this part. But maybe, who knows, maybe Pat keeps a bunch of flashbangs around as well? Because honestly, these things are so great. Just the ability to murder everything in a radius around me. I had called the flares a nuke, but this is even better. This guy is everything I aspire to be, honestly.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
I honestly think I should give one.
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
How'd you do that?
Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Jesus.
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Ooh, look at that. Probably not the time to be admiring this, but look. The front light on a lone train, crossing a rickety, rusted iron bridge over a lake. I kind of wish this game had came out back in the days when photo mode was becoming a thing. Actually, does it? No, I didn't think so. Because this game would certainly be prime for it. Alright, we gotta run straight in there. Get this going. Nope! Come on, boom. Any more? Should probably do this before more show up. So he's so frantic, you have just enough time. And any lootables I can possibly get. Come on, pick it up. Thank you. I can get rid of you just by going into the light. And we have firearms, which means this just became a slightly fairer fight. We don't have to rely exclusively on flashbangs anymore, although I'm still going to be tempted to for sure. We'll switch to flares for now that we can kill things ourselves. We're going to need far more resources. Here you all come. Let's kill you. And where's your friend? Don't try to retreat on me. See, the difficult thing is knowing when they're alone and when there's somebody else there. Oh, I wish these batteries didn't die so easily. But based on what we experienced in the last part, I kind of have faith that it'll give me upgrades where needed. Let's just give this thing a chance to recharge.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
And they're battery powered. They don't even... Ooh, and there's a flashbang and a gun. Yeah, somebody's helping me for sure. The darkness controls the taking. Yeah, I know. What have we been doing the last couple nights? Let's get a nice cross focus going. More stuff for me. Excellent. But I'm kind of concerned about how I'm being prepared. Nope. Nope. Over this way. It doesn't kill you, though. Bang. Bang. Reload. Okay, now would actually be a great time for a flashbang. Boom. It even kills the heavies. And they do burn out. That was quite an intense battle. But we can turn them back on. They're just limited. They do not restore our health, though. Alright, we're doing light science here. Bang. That looks like the kind of thing that there might be an achievement for. The darkness already returns. We can reset them, though. Is there anything else here before we move on? Well, there is a manuscript page and another shack down that way. This game is just difficult enough that I do feel a little bit of a sense of danger in not sticking to the objective. But the call of collectibles is a strong one to be sure. Ooh, wait, it looks like we can even climb that tree to get on the roof. Does that mean that there'll maybe be some collectibles up there? Oh, it's going to be difficult. But it's worth a shot. I mean, this has got to be here for a reason, right? No, perhaps not, but at least we did it. Enemy encounter imminent. But light up ahead. I really hope this isn't just a cliff and actually leads us somewhere. Oh, this looks like it's going to go out on us. If only we could hop that train, huh? Man, what a nice path to walk. The more I play this game, the more I think, you know, if it weren't for the shadowy monster people, it'd be a nice place to live.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Well, the rail yard's just up ahead. Yeah, that was nonsensical. Equal parts asking for help and acting like she doesn't want to see me again. What's up this way, though? Gotta explore a bit more than we have been. Another stash. Was that me, or was there a breath coming from inside? I think it might even be echoing through the forest at times. Okay, well, we have max ammo. Let's make sure our shotgun is loaded so that we can use it at a moment's notice. And more flares and batteries. I'm definitely hearing breathing! Ow. It was a trap. Come on. Okay, you're all down. Kill the scrawny guys first. 1, 2. Come on. 3. Always an ambush. Opportune time, too, because that means we can grab the remainder of that ammo that's on the shelf. I'd say that was a net positive. We have plenty of flashlight battery, full ammo, and just about everything. How we doing on flashbangs? Still okay, but I'd still rather have the flares on standby.
And a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Yeah, crossing under a bridge. That always works out so well in video games. Remember the one from Half-Life 2 and what a nightmare that was? Well, I'm getting strong flashbacks here architecturally. But the amount of light it's putting out, those trains going over at the right time could actually help me out considerably.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Then again, maybe the light from the train won't be enough. Okay, objects are now attacking. This is what I was afraid of. Alright, we just need to, come on. We need to keep concentrating. We need to eliminate these things before they get the chance to be thrown, or at least stand in front of objects that can beat them. This isn't gonna be easy. Look at all this stuff. I have no idea what can and can't be possessed. Okay, you're not moving yet. You seem to be stuck, so maybe I can get rid of you passively, save the battery? There you go. You were trying to block my path. Yeah, I don't trust this place at all. I can't trust anything anymore. Forget enemies. Even a pile of garbage can be a threat now. You're not done with me just because you flew away, right? No? Okay, I think we blocked that one successfully. We're gonna end up climbing this water tower, aren't we? Maybe that can explode? I mean, it's a bright, round, cylindrical object in a video game, so it must do something if we shoot it, right?
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story, certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
The heavy-duty flashlight. Well, that's good to have, or is it just... Is that what I already had? No. Okay, it was just lit weird underneath there. It, like, glowed blue or something. This new one... Well, it doesn't seem to project quite as much, but... Well, it should do us a fair bit better in combat, right? At least until the local containers decide to start their insurrection. Let's grab what we can before the inevitable fight. Maybe have a look around the yard. That light just burned out. Meaning we do not have a safe place to fall back to. More flares. Excellent. Alright. Let's face whatever's on the other side of this gate. Or what's behind us. Bang, bang, boom. Okay, not quite good enough. Nope, dodge. Boom. God, I love these things so much, but there's just not going to be enough to do that every single time I would like to, are there? And there's sure to be more inside. See, now I'm on the lookout for a lot more than just guys. Although guys are still a thing. Nope! No, you don't, no, you don't, no, you don't. Ow! I'm gonna need you to immediately desist. Shotgun, shotgun, shotgun. Bang! Each fight feels like a struggle. And whether or not that's a good thing depends on how things start to go. In light, you can hurt them. You're not really giving me any new information. Give me new information, please. Give me a headlamp. I feel like that would be helpful. Nothing would be able to get close. I also got to start making more use of these flares. I mean, I've developed such a beautiful relationship with the flashbangs, but the flares, you know, I just can't stop thinking about them. And they are useful in their own way.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition. But you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
You're getting sacrificed.
Well, I guess that's the least What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss. Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
Now, the first of these was interesting, but then again, like, the cruel twist that we get in the last two, they don't really seem like cruel twists. They just kind of seem like, and now a thing has happened. Granted, it's not like they have a lot of time to tell these stories, but come on. Like, the first one set the bar high, in my opinion. great, it's a boss arena. You can't tell me this isn't a boss arena. And that is quite the boss. And you come with flunkies, so that's cool. Alright, we need to start working our way through these. Now, how maneuverable are you? Is going to be the question. Hitting you. Come on, no, I just saw you get run over. I saw you get run over with no protection. That's more like it. Oh, I love the way the ragdolls wrap under the wheels, but there's nothing I can do about you. So I could try to dodge, but I really gotta prep for that in advance. What if I toss a flare? Will that keep you away from me while I do this? Because I got plenty of these things. I've healed a little bit. Hopefully enough to survive one hit. That did not warrant a shotgun shell. Come on. I'm assuming nothing's going to actually stop you from moving. But I can get through! And that's fine for now, but not for long. Now, once that gate completely opens, I'm going to give away some of my advantage for a coffee thermos. Now keep running. I probably could have gotten something from the back of that truck.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Yeah, I mean, so we're quite well armed now. Thank you, helpful sign, for letting us know which way to the coal mine museum. And driving around in an electric company vehicle, well, it only makes sense considering we are the man bringing light to the darkness. In a violent way, I say that. Oh, another driving segment.
Without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Does it? Because this feels pretty unique. Oh, and we can drive other vehicles as well. Yeah, no need for keys or hot wiring or anything like that. I think I'll stick with the brightness mobile for now. Looks like we're gonna have to go off the path a little bit. I do wonder how much exploration there will really be in a segment that has potential to be as huge as this. And it looks like some areas are really quite dark. The car doesn't like going off-road like this. But if I do decide to just get out and have a look around... well, I guess nothing can get me in here. I don't have the option of keeping my flashlight or gun out. Still, that beautiful scenery. I really appreciate that, like, this game has such a serene feeling to it. Even during certain parts of the night, to be honest. And it's good because that's kind of all this game has going for it. It would be very generic otherwise. But much like Twin Peaks, much like all the things it takes inspiration from, it realizes that it needs to make you feel a certain way. It knows it needs to leave an impression. Because that's the thing you'll remember, not the gameplay or even the story. I certainly don't remember the story. Ooh, a radio.
This is Pat Maine, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
I really do like this Pat guy. Now, we could start driving from here, but is there any way for us to bring our initial vehicle around? Alright, let's keep going. That tree looks interesting. But this would be the way to evade the law right now, especially given the huge response that... The fact that they're still blaming me for this is honestly bizarre. Like, yeah, before I'm even armed, I took down your helicopter and eliminated your entire squad that you sent into the woods, and apparently picked up and threw several police cars. I'd really love to know what it is you're thinking. Oh, look at these mountain roads. This is the closest we've gotten to the light yet. And yet somehow the shadows between the trees somehow still makes me feel like we're in danger. That must be the mine over there. But before we go investigate, we should check out this fire watchtower. Maybe we can find some supplies, or at the very least, some more collectibles.
Welcome back to KBF-FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one, she was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life, I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Interesting question, and I can kind of see both sides of it. And I feel like it would manifest differently depending on, well, which side of things you're currently on. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to get into some spookiness. I'm imagining there's not going to be any actual, like, ammo or loot to scavenge as long as we're out here, because I can't see there being any kind of a threat for now. But that is the mine down there. Oh, I can't wait for this game to come up with some kind of excuse for why we're plunged into night suddenly. Either that's going to happen, or these enemies are about to gain some serious new abilities. Can't seem to take these... Whoops! We can't seem to take these ramps downward. Chutes. They're blocked off, which means... Oh... During the daylight, you can really see in the textures how rickety these things are. And up here we find yet another manuscript page. Let's continue the drive. Alice can wait. And the more... See, the more wrong she sounds, the more I think that this guy doesn't actually have her. I think it's a bluff. It has to be, because it doesn't make any sense for this guy to be working with the Veiled Woman. Forget what he was calling her. But these shadows between the trees, they are... Well, they're unnerving. Anywhere I see anything, any kind of darkness, it makes me paranoid. Is this
I was
enough?
supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
And decaying nonetheless. While lucrative at first, the mining steadily declined in the 20th century. The seams were rich, but hard to get at, and the volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous. Made the Cabinet Cauldron Lake particularly dangerous as well. While there were some earlier residents in the area, the true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of the Bright Falls coal mine in 1878. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, German, Poles, Italians, Finns, and Swedes among others, worked the mines. Now closed off with someone's coffee thermos left over here. We found a couple of them now since starting this. I wonder if the kidnapper is just up in those windows over there, watching me with binoculars. Like, is he attending the museum? In 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all the mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now, many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks. We're walking through history right now, and I wonder if maybe some of that history will show itself here as it did at Cauldron Lake.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Well, great.
Wait,
Where the hell are you?
change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
Yeah. Although I have a feeling something else is going to get to him first. Alright, can we slide down there? That seems like it would be the easiest thing. And there are not very many good options right now.
Maybe closer than ever before.
So, what's the play, boss? There we go. Waiting around all this time, knowing that this is coming, that the darkness will bring new dangers upon you. Alright, well, we have all the batteries we can carry. We can grab some ammo from right here. Beyond that, honestly, I never stop feeling vulnerable no matter how much gear I have. Only 2 flashbangs, and those are my real safety blanket. Don't you start doing this to me. If you're gonna start animating these trains, that's gonna be a real problem. We have plenty of ammo. Gonna make sure our flares are equipped. And we just gotta buy ourselves some time. Ow. You can still chuck stuff at me. Come on, boom. Is it for you? Ow. I need to line you up. Ah! I really wish these batteries didn't suck so bad. We need to eliminate you. Ow! And you guys seem to sprint up behind me when I'm not looking. Like you move a lot faster when you're off camera. You have a bull rush attack, which I've yet to see, but there it is. There you go. Oh, great. Ow. Not quite sure what I can do about that one. Let's just take a moment here to regain our health. Oh, there's always something. Yeah, it seems like the strat for you guys is going to be the stalker move. We have to get you hung up on objects. I wonder if those little tins can be blown up. More flashbangs. Very glad to see you. And let's make sure we're loaded up because we don't want to be caught having to do this. Seeing that thing move just a little bit made me very nervous that I was about to get into a really bad way. Come on. There we go. When you're directly on top of it, you get frozen by inaction. I knew that they would be coming in behind me. Now, let's see about finding this guy. Objects inside trying to get at me, but they can't quite make it, can they? Trapped inside. I wonder if it's one force trying to get at me, one force controlling them? Or if they do have each their own sort of consciousness, their own will. Well, come at me. I could toss a flashbang in. There we go. I'd rather use batteries than flashbangs. And now we can just wait a moment for it to recharge. If I were just playing this on my own, like, if it weren't, like, for a Let's Play, I would just stand here and wait for it. Play a game on my phone while it recharges from 0. This area of the game is starting to feel like Urbex. Old 1800s construction is something special. only good could come of this. Can't get in here. Nothing in the back of this wrecked car.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
And the way to do that is through this obvious boss arena. Well, okie dokie. Just don't say you're not expecting it. I can already see them walking in the distance. And I doubt I can stealth this to any sort of extent. That's you. That's you. In the herd. Oh, you guys are quick. Especially when I'm not looking. Slow and steady. Just eliminate them as I can. On. 1, 2. No, wrong time to run out of ammo. 3. 1, 2, 3. See, when they're all coming from one direction, that's when you have the opportunity to kite, backpedal, and take things at your own pace. Most other encounters, we don't have that luxury. There's a light up ahead, but I kind of get the feeling that it's not gonna last. Maybe I shouldn't be using my sprint so willy-nilly. Alright. And we finally have ourselves the possession of another flare gun. We've got to eliminate our safety, plunge ourselves into darkness so we can get across that fence. You know, it's weird. Gameplay-wise, this feels like very much a transitional game between what games felt like in the 2010s and what they felt like in the 2000s. Coming out in 2012, that sort of makes sense, but I mean, really, it feels in some ways like it has the mechanics of a PS2 game. In subtle ways, like watching the camera... Nope! In subtle ways, like watching the camera whip across to show me what I just did. Hug the wall, make our way. By hugging the wall, we'll be able to see where things are coming from. Or at least that's the hope. Ow. Yeah, okay, so... Final confirmation, it does not... Ow. Yeah, by the time I see these things coming from off screen, it's too late to do anything about them. Another flashbang. You're a stubborn one, huh? But it weakened you. Which means this is a job for the shotgun. That was weird. It's like they came at me from the side. I couldn't see them because it was so dark, and then when I did perceive them, I just didn't act because it was like I was just debating letting them kill me and start over. And I'm not leaving while you're intact. I feel like if this were to happen in real life, somebody would find a way to exploit this. I mean, it is basically a solution to the garbage crisis. Shine a light on them and they're gone for good. I'm aware of the object behind me, but I don't really have the luxury of focusing on it right now. Goodbye. Yeah, I feel like it's always better to get rid of as many as I can instead of running. Decreases the odds of me getting slapped in the back, that's for sure. You know, it does feel PS2 in some ways, but it also feels sort of 90s. Like, all of this feels like it could be the climax to a 90s horror film, doesn't it? I don't know, it's just got a certain cheese about it. Huh. Sort of eerie how conspicuously the rumble of the heavy air outside has gone away. Alright, is it just you, or... Let's toss that. Get you down. You're done. I know there's another one. Yep, you guys keep throwing. Wow. Doesn't even kill you all the way. Just most of the way. And this is what happens when you all try to come from one direction. Well, really, you still almost succeed in landing some hits on me. But I'm gaining experience. Tell you what I'm not gaining is enough revolver ammo. That's actually starting to run quite low. We should maybe start utilizing our shotgun more, but I want to save it for the heavies. Now we're going to see what's going on in this main building. Explosives abound, which means about to be a whole lot of dudes. Yep, hi. Come on. Oh, I can't hit the thing because of the chair in the way. Oh, what's bullet penetration? Alright, let's ring around the rosy. Ring around the rosy. Pocket full of posy. Ashes, ashes, you fall down! God, that felt good. And I'm finding that more and more I'm hardly using the flashlight as my primary means of disabling them. And what is the deal with that chair? Follow. Well, sure. Are you also leaving the manuscript pages for me? I can hear the creaks and groans of footsteps and doors opening and closing all around me. This chair has to be like an Easter egg or something. Or maybe it's supposed to indicate that he was sitting here watching me when I arrived. I don't know what to make of that. In any case, let's go. We're gonna have to get this gate open. More sludge on the ground. But you're packing lights and flashbangs. Seeing all these pine needles falling, I can't help but realize it's been a while since we've dealt with any hostile avian creatures. So, I played a few video games in my time, and it seems like when you do things that are activated through a window, we're meant to see something come in. Well, there goes our lights. And more of that goop.
Flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Astute observation, Alan. Where are we going? We can go that way through death, or we can go this way to... well, actually not much. Okay, well, I guess that's the only choice then. Anything else in the back? No, just a couple of portable lights, which I would be dragging with me everywhere I go. Let's just shoo away some of this nastiness. Ooh, can we get through this way? No, sadly. More of you up ahead. Yeah, one obvious and a couple not so obvious. And the not so obvious ones are always the closer ones. Those are their tactics. There's the one they want you to see and the two they don't. And I'm sure there's more where that came from. Yep, immediately so. I can point it on them to stop them from throwing. Helps in the short term. Let's keep heading back. Got a kite, kite, kite. It's all about distance with the big boys. Oh. But it does take a lot of doing. So what's the deal? Is it like you get assigned a certain amount of darkness based on your body weight? Really interested to know how this works medically. Just line right up. I'm assuming you don't endlessly respawn. Oh, you're another big boy. Oh, and I'm stuck. Okay, run, 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 run. See, turning your back for too long is not a good idea either. You guys really run my batteries down. Both literally and figuratively. Finally. That did use up a good amount of our ammo. And since they're the kind of enemies that fade away on death, they're also the kind of enemies that don't drop things for me to replenish from. Maybe we can get up here somehow? No, I sort of doubt it. In fact, that may even be one of the buildings that we were in earlier. And once again, we find ourselves running through the woods in the fog. Oh, why does fate always conspire to leave us in these situations? But there's lights over there. That must be our destination. These obvious manuscript pages, I think, are probably the ones they want us to read. But it's so hard to know. I mean, last part, we were getting, like, spoilers from them, almost. Or previews at what's to come. I mean, maybe that's how it rewards us. We are the writer, after all, and we should have inside knowledge of what's going to happen. More supplies down there. What about... And I hate to say it when we're dealing with darkness-based enemies, but what about these mines? Another stash. Trust no one in the dark. Well, we learned that lesson at the restaurant. I hear that breathing again, and here they come. Ow, I'm pretty sure I dodged, but alright. Nope. Job for a flare. And let's get you. Now, there's one more out there. I know it. Nope. Oh, that felt really cool. I just come waltzing out of the mine, pointing a gun forward, firing with a flashlight pointed forward while he shields his eyes. But I am extremely, extremely low on revolver ammo. I actually have more flashbangs than I have bullets for the revolver. That's nuts. I've got to get a move on. Those lights seem promising. Hopefully there will be some additional ammo in that box up ahead. I have to say, the Bright Falls Parks Department is at the top of their game, leaving all these supplies so frequently placed all over their trails, and these trails are extensive. More shotgun, more battery, although we don't need the battery. It's kind of surprising considering how many I've been going through.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Upgraded shotgun. Maybe the lack of revolver ammo is because this is to become our new primary. We'll have to see how it works. This is probably the exploration path. Come on now. Yep, moron's right into it. There we go. Step right up. Oh, they look so cool, backlit by the lights like that. And that's how you do it. That's how it's done. There's got to be some reason we could come over here, right? Not just a waste of ammo. More of you. 3. 3 total. I think if there were more, they would have hit me by now. As soon as they're down, what I'm realizing is, like, don't even bother to aim. It'll help you a little bit. Just hammer that trigger, and you'll get them. Anything over here? No, not much in the way of scavenging. This can help us out with the combat. And we're good. Okay, shotgun time. No. Dodge and dead. That used actually quite a bit more than I would like. It does still take 2 to get you. You're not one-hit kills, except for the skinny guys. But then you're the ones I'd rather use the revolver on. Yep. Whole bunch of you, but we can even the odds. Because they're not all that bright. But then again, now's a great time for a flashbang, I feel. Oh, not done yet, huh? And one more. Oh, the potential solutions are endless. But it seems like we were pretty much picking our poison when it came to choosing the path. It's not about finding stashes. Oh, an oasis.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
I think I'm going for Alice and it's going for me. But what I was saying is I don't really like the visuals of like the extra heavy air. But I do like how it makes you feel so trapped in the darkness, so vulnerable. And like you need to get out of it as soon as possible. It makes it feel like a real relief when you get indoors, into the light. What is this?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
That's a hilarious line. Oh no, a fast one. Are you guys going to be speedy just in general now? You're down. One more. Which is just as well, because I don't have a ton of ammo. I think you're going to be a job for the... not the flashbangs, the shotgun. Alright, you got stuck. Bang. 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 You're the kind of thing that Stucky was. You're actually the kind of thing that every boss we've encountered so far has been. But you were just a mini-boss. This looks fairly expansive. I think this is probably the progression path, which means we need to follow the exploration path the other way. We don't want to stay here for long because I recently heard from an expert that the graveyard shift may cause cancer. I guess we blindly push the button, even though I don't know what it does? Well, let there be light. I'm so low on ammo. Yeah, you're gonna start acting up, aren't ya? Ain't ya?
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
So maybe this is the even older operation prior to the one that closed in 1970. I almost got run over by that wheel. Yep. Brr. Well, that sucks. Yeah, there was no dodging that, so it was either kill it before it hits me or don't do it at all. Can we jump inside here? I mean, those windows are quite conspicuously open. And I am desperate for supplies. If you can do all this, why don't you just take control of the wood planks on the bridge and force me to fall to my doom? Yeah. Grey Peak Gorge. Originally founded in 1928, the Grey Peak Gorge mining town was one of the permanent settlements the Bright Falls Mining Company built for its workers. The nearby graveyard is a testament to the dangers the miners faced on a daily basis. Most of the men who lost their lives over the years were buried there, a grim reminder to be careful for those who remained. Grey Peak Gorge was abandoned almost overnight when the Bright Falls Mining Company closed its doors in 1970. Let's have a look around. We can't afford not to explore at this point. We're so low on items. Although the one thing we do have in spades is batteries. I don't get it. If the darkness wants me to finish this manuscript, then why is it throwing all these taken at me still? Like, they're trying to kill me. Doesn't it want something from me? Nothing here either. These environments are gorgeous, but please, please, just give me some revolver rounds. Oh, it's the fridge. It was the fridge who did it. I love how they set up that shot for you to be relieved that it's not the tractor. Let's get behind something. Oh, it's gonna be the tractor. Okay. 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 Flashbang. I ain't dealing with this. Oh, that wasn't enough for the tractor. The tractor wants even more. Alright, so useful science learned. In ballistics. Well, not ballistics, but you know what I mean. Tractors survive flashbangs. Which is a brand new thought to have. Is there anything else for us to find? Please, just give me some kind of ammo. Then again, who needs ammo for these things? It's gonna be all about breaking line of sight. Yeah. Yeah, and you stay gone. Come on. So close. There you go. And who else? Just you? We actually can't passively get you. And there you go. That one encounter depleted so many of our batteries. We could go back and get a few, but I don't even know how much we can backtrack. Hello, Thermos. More light. And we get what sounded like some keys. I actually didn't get a chance to see that. Oh, I get it. Preventing us from making a beeline straight for this doorway. Classic Boss Arena.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Oh, those eyes. I think that must be shot, like, with the actor. But yeah, look, these lanterns everywhere. Flare gun ammo. Is the lantern lady the one who's leaving all these things for us? I mean, if so, old lady coming in clutch. A hunting rifle. We could switch from the shotgun. I don't know. How much do we have for the hunting rifle? 11 versus 7. Okay, I'm going to take the hunting rifle. Man, having to choose now. Introducing in part 3 of 6, choosing what weapons we want to take. That's a little weird. But we've got it now. It does pack quite a punch. Whether it packs more a punch, we'll have to see. Yeah, the darkness hates trees. Hates them. Why does it keep doing that again? Oh, right, so it can scream and spook the audience. This town is a dream. Not only is it cozy with friendly people, there's also a lot of stuff to explore off in these woods. Are you telling me that there's something else?
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
That's hilarious. Could speak to a poor intelligence on the part of the kidnapper, or it could speak to a panic situation on his end. Yeah, I hear that breathing all over these stashes. It's everywhere. But these stashes are always when I notice it. I don't know if it's ever present or if it's that I only stop to listen when I'm at the stashes. No, I hear nothing now. Alright, let's switch to the rifle. Be ready on the rifle.
Birds.
Great. Alright, flare gun time. Unless we can get them with the light alone. Actually, if I can wait for them to cross each other's path, I mean, I could potentially fire a flare gun and take them both at once. Oh, you're gonna be harassing me this whole way, huh? Yeah, you're regrouping. Well, I'm gonna fall right into that trap if you don't mind! Goodbye. So much for that flock. Now what about you? Oh, never mind. There's always gonna be more birds. Never gonna run out of those. And they're gonna start approaching us from multiple angles. Oh, that one just barely got away. Well, here they come. All right, we gotta keep moving. Forget this. We're not gonna be able to fight all this. More lanterns. Down and... Well, I can confidently say there won't be birds down here. Oh, look at all this dust on the air. Breathing this cannot be good for me. I'm gonna come out of here with black lung. Well, it's a silver mine, so... silver lung? So cramped and claustrophobic down here. Although there is light coming from above. Is she down here? Who am I kidding? As if I don't already know the answer to that. Okay, we can progress forward that way, or we can go down the tunnel on our left. And there is light here. So there may be a stash here. I can't ignore that possibility. Then again, I can't help but feel I'm being led.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Yeah, I mean, you have experienced serious head trauma multiple times over the last couple days.
Alice?
Alice?
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
This part of the mine is flooded. Flooding that occurred back in 1970. During the same eruption that destroyed the house on Cauldron Lake. Look at those waters and realize that there's probably some miners buried down there. Alright, well, we need to head back. That was cool. It seems like that's something we didn't necessarily need to see, but by choosing to take this path, we did. And with that paint on the wall right here, it kind of makes me think that maybe our mystery benefactor wanted us to see it. The writer, Zane, thought that there was something going on with the lake, but who knows, maybe what's going on here really has its origin in the eruption. Could go either way at this point. I mean, something like this is bound to cause a haunting. That doesn't look like regular lighting. Let's go. Guess not. Ow. Alright, let's do that. Bang, bang. Who else is here? There's another one in that corner there. A couple more in those corners. Dodge that. Up a flare. That wasn't a flare. You know, every once in a while, you just gotta live a little and have yourself an indie moment. Sometimes I just don't feel like dealing with the big boys, and while I do have a certain number of spa days in my inventory. More light coming from over here. Oh, this reminds me of going down into the mines in Resident Evil 8. great. Just
I'd
what
have
we
to make
need.
my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
You know, if it is the lamp lady, she really gets around for somebody her age. Now the question is, how am I going to raise this to make use of it? Can't turn on that light on the other side. Oh, I guess it's already on. It didn't look like it. And from here we do it again. But it doesn't rotate in a helpful way. Well, I suppose we can jump to it from here. And from there we can go like this. Yes, okay. Not what I wanted, but it is what I needed. I can activate something from here, but then what's up this ladder? I hope it's flashbangs. Let's be honest, I always hope it's flashbangs. Oh, this is just our next way to progress. Alright, let's raise you up a little more then. Perfect. I'm really surprised the lights haven't gone out, resulting in an ambush. But wow, look how expansive this structure actually is. Anything built underground is quite a lot of effort by nature. So this is some crazy construction. Unfortunately, our progression is now limited because it looks like we're going to have to go down to go up, which is always more than a little bit demoralizing. I hate underground stuff. I just can't do it. If you've ever watched my Urbex video, The Tunnel of Nope, you'll understand partially why. It's because you're truly in a situation where you're cramped, you feel like you can't breathe, and it feels like this place is your tomb. It's the kind of place you can't just leave if you want to, you know? If you get lost and you can't find your way out, well, that's it for you. Daylight. Nope, it was just bright by comparison. It's still very much dark out. I bet that felt real cool, didn't it? Now, are we supposed to be going down or up? Alan, why did you just stop right there? Okay, it looks like we're supposed to be going down, which means I want to go up, because up is the place where there might be more flares. And what about around the corner? We gotta look anywhere they might try to hide stuff, because I need everything I can get. 4 flashbangs, 15 flares, so we can start making better use of those. And I thought I saw a ladder. Leading to a manuscript. I'll take it. Oh no, it's another one of these cable car things. Well, we're going to be having yet another encounter with the birds. 4 flare gun rounds. Yep, how did I know? How did I know? Boom. Well, that's 1 flock down. They're all just leaving. That is a creepy image. All of them just flying upward into the fog. Where could they possibly be going? Regrouping for a counterattack, that's what I think.
Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
Yep. Well, co-commentator, it seems like I'm getting to the commentary first these days. You gotta step it up. Let's get ready for birds. They very conspicuously just gave me another flare gun round. I have to say, though, there is a certain satisfaction in seeing the mines so far away. Ow. Alright, we can get you with the light. No. Ow! Get out of here. Get on out of here. I got no time for yous. I got ammo to burn. I got ammo to spare. This thing feels like it's not moving as quickly as I would like it to. Oh, it feels like it's just lurching. Please let me just jump. Okay, well, all things considered, that didn't work out as badly as I suppose it could have. See, we're fine. But there's more of you. I'm actually amazed that they had us go through a whole mine and not encounter any enemies. Alright. Took a minute for things to get as bad as it could have been. But we got there and now it's over. We got there and now it's over, and now we can move on with our lives. Lots of generous stuff for us. We get to stand on the platform where we would have been had it not been for those birds and the raging darkness surrounding us. Smoke. This looks like maybe another poacher's cabin. Maybe we should start keeping our light angled on the ground again. Seems like something bad probably happened to them. Because now we're getting into dark territory again. There's a light over there. Make sure we have our flares equipped. Start doing this. Take a shot with the rifle. Bang! Oh, that actually is a one-hit kill on the normal enemies. So the rifle is actually kind of an upgrade. Let's just make sure everything's ready at all times. Ready with flares. Ready with revolver. Ready to switch to rifle on a moment's notice. And we get a checkpoint. Alright, the game's actually started being quite generous in contrast to before. This overlooks Cauldron Lake. The 8th deepest lake in the world. Cauldron Lake is a caldera lake, formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself could be considered to be active, but it has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970. And even then, the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there were no casualties. What about the miners? Oh, and also the inhabitants of Cauldron Lake itself. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in the Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folktales. It's a popular recreational area for the area residents. Got jump scared by that tree when I turned around. So we just don't learn lessons here. It's not what we do. We just blindly charge forward into easy ways to kill us. Alan, that was, you know, I'm sure that was putting you off balance, but that was a little bit of an overreaction even for what just happened to us. Wow, this really is an Indiana Jones moment. Nope! I could have seen that coming. Well, how about this? Here you go. Nope. Ow, that was some bullcrap. You should not have been able to hit... Alright, well, climax ruined, I guess. This time we're gonna plop flashbang right directly in the middle. Which actually, it's hard to aim for the middle because, you know, the camera being what it is. Come get me. Did that get you? It did not. Well, there's always another in store. Bang. Thank you. Now we only need to focus on one direction. Rifle up. Bang. And rifle up. Thank you. Man, if only that first flare hadn't gone over the edge. But now we're down to only 2 flashbangs. Those are our get-out-of-jail-free card. I just know there's got to be exploration to do in this area. And I'm immediately proven correct. Cool. I didn't even follow the lights. More flares. Okay, good. We actually have a lot in the way of get-out-of-jail-free cards. There is also the flare gun. I feel like I'm too conservative with my resources. But I'm that way in a lot of games. I always think, like, no, I might need it later. I mean, anybody who watched my Darkwood Let's Play will tell you that, I mean, I was basically rich in that game right up until the very end. And I didn't even realize it. We're putting a lot of faith in our rickety old wood. Alright. E to kick. That's the thing, is like we're breaking it to then trust our weight on it? Hello, what are you? Whatever this is, I haven't heard anything about it up until this point. And there's a coffee thermos hiding on the other side. Okay, this just got serious. We need to find a way in. You know, normally I don't condone breaking and entering in the pursuit of Urbex. But this is a special circumstance. Tom, you talked to me on TV. CW and TZ. I miss you, Tom. What was the Lantern Lady's name again? I curse you, Thomas Zane. Bit of a bonus for us if we turn around. Did you write this? Okay, we've definitely got to have a word with the log lady. I mean, the Lantern Lady. And another one of these chairs. Does that indicate that maybe she was the one watching us? Shotgun ammo. I don't have a shotgun, but I'll happily accept. Oh. Look at how generous it's being with the items. Which, as gamers, we all know what that means. This is going to be the site of a climactic battle, isn't it? You can even hear it approaching. There we go. And... come on. I want you all to converge on me. Yep. You're trapped in here with me. Which leaves only the big boy. No, there is actually... nope, there's more coming in. There's more coming in, which makes this real dangerous. Dodge. Come on, shoot him! Shoot him! Come on! Like, I feel like you can't do anything if you're already moving. I can't even dodge when I'm aiming. That was a close one, but we did it. Used up... That's it for our flashbangs, but tons of flares. Yeah, it's really tripping me up how, like, you can't dodge to interrupt another action. Especially when those interactions are as simple as moving or aiming. Let's jump over here. I wonder if it's possible to avoid the collapse entirely if you know that this is coming and know exactly where to be standing and where to jump. Now, I think this is the longest part yet.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Well, let's get down there then.
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait! Are you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make him play ball. You see? To get him writing for us. Please. Please. Oh. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
And yet your light remains. Okay, well, that was a whole confession. Was that just coincidence, or was she trying to get him to spill his beans to me so I would know what the score is? And who's the boss? The boss didn't know who he was messing with? And what do you know of all this? Once more, we make the plunge. And that's the end. So, as I started to sort of suspect, the kidnapper did not indeed have anything on me, but we still don't understand who he was working for, which we did just find out there's a boss, somebody who apparently knows about the darkness, which I guess could inform why they want the manuscript, but we still don't know exactly why. We learned more about this writer, an apparent history with the Lantern Lady. Or at least I'm assuming that's what's going on here. I'm assuming she's the one leaving it, considering we found all those, well, lanterns that are just like hers in the mines. Actually, that being a hideout for her, all those lanterns everywhere, it sort of makes sense then why we didn't encounter any enemies there. But 3 episodes in, and I just have so many more questions than answers. Which I guess is the mark of a good mystery game. Well, I'm going to skip reading the manuscript pages for now. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.